Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Talkin' Plants. I'm your friendly extension agent on two wheels, Logan Bennett. And you know, the leaves are starting to fall here and the air is starting to get crisp. And that means fall's coming. So as the air gets colder, we need to make sure that we're giving our apple trees some TLC. Because the more care we put into them now, the more harvests we get year after year. So join me today while I give you 5 tips on making sure that you have healthy trees to make sure you got a lot of apples for year after year. All right, tip number 1 for making sure that you have healthy orchards is picking your fruit. And now you're thinking, Logan, that's silly. Of course I'm going to pick my fruit. And I don't mean come in here and pick these really nice fruit, but everything that's on the tree. If we don't, there's fruit that'll last over the winter on the trees, and that can invite some really pesky critters, fungal pathogens, and bacterial issues to overwinter with your apple trees. And come spring and during harvest season the next year, we're going to be fighting those issues. And so if we want to make sure that we're not having those problems season after season, we want to make sure that we're picking those apples every year. Tip number 2, while you're out harvesting your fruit, make sure to look for diseased and broken branches, like the one I found here. We want to make sure that when we're coming through here, we prune those out. And the reason why is just like the apples, these can harbor disease over the winter and then cause problems later on in the spring and next growing season. If we leave this stuff on the tree, it can get infected with bacterial and fungal pathogens, and it can spread throughout the branches, throughout the tree, or even worse, from tree to tree. So even though we're going to do the bulk of our pruning later in the season, we want to make sure that we're getting rid of this stuff when we find it. Tip number 3. You remember when you were a kid and your parents said, you have to clean up your room before you can go out and play? Unfortunately, I'm going to do the same thing. We want to make sure that the floor of our orchard is clean, free of windfall apples before we're done for the season. Now, it's very common when you're picking to find something like this and say, oh, you know what? That's got blemishes on it. I don't really want that. And then throw it on the ground. Well, if you want to make sure that you have a healthy orchard season after season, instead of throwing this apple on the ground, we're going to get rid of it in a different place. And the reason for that is because this apple has fungal issues. And if we leave it on the ground here, it's got a great food source, the fruit itself, to overwinter and come back and cause problems next season. Tip number 4, we want to make sure to scout the orchard. And this is really something you should be doing during harvest, during growing season, anytime you're out in the field. And what we're looking for are pest issues and disease issues. So I just walked up on this tree and I thought I had to show you guys. This apple here, the one I'm looking at, I'll pull it off the tree, it's not harvestable anyway, has a pretty distinctive issue. See that? That is the remnants of something called apple scab. And that's a fungal disease that can occur relatively commonly in Oregon, but it also gives us insight into what we need to do next year. We need to be planning ahead, knowing that this fungus exists in this orchard, and be ready to treat for it. So, always scout your orchards and get an idea of what you're facing every year. Tip number 5 might be my favorite tip, but that's because I'm a soil scientist. It's to take a soil sample. And the reason for that is because it gives you an idea of how much nutrition your apple trees used this year and what you need to plan on fertilizing with and how much of it you need to use next year. So in permanent crops like these apple trees, I like to take my soil samples at the end of harvest. You can also do them in the spring, but the reason I do them in the fall is because I get an idea of how much nutrition was taken up this year, and it gives me a game plan for what to do next year. Now, if you choose to take them in the spring, that's totally fine too. Just make sure that whenever you take your soil samples, whether it be spring or fall, you do that consistently. Today we covered 5 tips to make sure that you have a healthy orchard season after season. But you know, there's a lot of other things that you can do to help improve your apple orchard's health. So make sure that when you're done watching this video, you check out OSU's extensive list of publications on how to make sure that your apple orchards stay happy and healthy. Until next time, this is Logan Bennett, your friendly extension agent on two wheels, signing out.